All right, welcome to Signal Soundbytes. I'm Brandon Peña, the editor-in-chief of The Signal, and today's episode of Signal Soundbytes, we will be interviewing the newly elected 2018-2019 Student Government Association Executive Council members. Following a week-long campaign, the student body of UHCL elected these 4 students to be their voice for the next year. With that, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, state what their position is that they now hold on SGA, and their majors.
Hello, my name is Izuh, and I am the student body president. I'm a biology major with a chemistry minor, and yes.
My name is Mohamed. I am the vice president committee coordinator of SGA. I am majoring in biology as well and minoring in chemistry.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica. I am the VP for Outreach and Communication, and I'm a mathematics major.
Hello, I'm Tyler. I'm the Vice President of Administration and I'm a biology major with a minor in chemistry.
Well, welcome, guys. And also joining me is our own Katherine Rodriguez.
Hey, guys. This is Katherine Rodriguez, Audience Engagement Coordinator and reporter for The Signal. Let's start.
Let's get down to the grilling, guys. So first,
Nervous laughter.
as they all leave. So first up, during the week of campaigning, the 4 of you ran unofficially on the same ticket. So how did you come to that decision, and do you think that it helped sway the votes in your favor?
Yes, first and foremost. And I think it was Jessica's idea at first because we knew that you could only post 35 flyers as an individual, and we were like, realistically, we want to get elected as a team. So we decided to construct a flyer that had the same info on it and had also consider everybody else. And so it was a good way for us to get all of our names out there at the same time, in one clear, concise method.
Who designed it?
So we actually had a couple people help collaborate and design the flyers. We don't want to name any names because some of them asked to be left anonymous. But it was definitely multiple people who helped. And it was the flyers looked great. The final product was awesome. Our faces were literally all over campus. I had people who I don't really see on campus that I see outside of school. They're like, every time I turn a corner, I see your face, Jessica. And they were really kind of annoyed with me.
So what are some of the responsibilities that come with your position for each of you?
Making sure that students are representatives on certain committees that are out there, making sure that students' voices are heard, and just serving the student body. I mean, that's what we signed up for, all 4 of us, regarding of our position or our titles. We're all here for a common cause. That common cause is to serve our UHCL students.
That's awesome.
That was eloquent.
Did you rehearse that?
Yeah, that was really nice.
I knew we were going to ask that.
Who got my notes?
Do you want a breakdown of every single person's job description?
Yeah, sort of what you do.
Yeah, your main tasks.
Okay, so for me as president, my main task is just to make sure that the EC as a whole is running smoothly. I run the meetings. I attend university council meetings, which is the meetings directly with the administration. And I'm just there to...
He's basically a really big deal.
I'm kind of a big... No, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm just there for support, just to make sure that everything is running smoothly and just to serve as the liaison between the administration and the student body.
Yeah, so as VP of Outreach and Communication, obviously my big responsibilities are outreach and communication. So my big focus will be on reaching out to the student body in the form of events and tabling. And then also we, as a group, have decided one of the first things that we'd like to do is a kind of a climate survey, if you will, to kind of reach out to the students to figure out what are some things that off the jump, we can start addressing as representatives of the student body. And then, of course, attending the meetings and then doing things like food drive. And also, one of the things that I would like to focus on is trying to kind of nail down some more discounts for students in the area.
Nice, yeah.
So I know that that's a big deal for us because we're college students and we don't always have a lot of money.
For administration.
were all like, yeah.
Man, that means bank account flash before his eyes.
For administration, I would be taking minutes during the meetings for SGA, but also for the Senate once that gets incorporated. But I also create the PowerPoints and like make sure all the requests get through that want to speak. But so.
Good deal.
That's me.
How about you?
Yes. No, previously mentioned it, but I need my job pretty much is to make sure all the committees that students are represented on are taken care of and are working smoothly, aligning the dates, times, and all that stuff. One of the more things I want to focus on is kind of like bringing the all the committee coordinators together to get to know one another better, and to kind of like do what an SGA EC would usually do when we do our transition meeting and such. Kind of go over like our objectives, what we're aiming for this year and such. Also, at the end of my term, definitely make sure that all the committee coordinator positions are filled that students serve on. And I'm like Izuh's Joe Biden kind of thing. So,
We love a good.
yeah.
Good Joe. So Izuh and Mo, previously you've held positions on the EC as VP of Administration and VP of Outreach and Communication. Why did you choose to run for re-election for the new positions you now hold?
Well, I previously served as VP Admin, and Mo previously served as Outreach and Communication. And this year, we just felt like we grew a lot, and it was really powerful to like see all the stuff that we were able to accomplish this year. And so for me, it's my last year on campus, and I really want to just like do as much as possible. Like I really want to make my mark, and so it was a very simple decision to rerun.
Yeah, another thing that helped with that, kind of like tying in with like the flyers and such, is that all four of us were running for different positions, which kind of made everything go super smoothly. It's not like we were fighting for one another for a position. It was kind of like set out like, Izuh, like, what do you want to do for next year? He was like president and such. So then Jessica came with the idea of the flyer and running together and such. But yeah, so like I previously served as the student outreach and communications.
He served as everything.
No, not at all. And like I said, it was a great year so far. We had a lot of successes. The food drive made a big impact on the community around us, as well as the student discounts that we were able to attain in a kind of like short period of time, even though we did run through some complications and such, but that's life for you.
Whoa, so Jessica and Tyler, you guys are the newbies on the Executive Council. What led you both to want to become a member of SGA?
I'll go first. Okay.
Go ahead.
In high school, we had Stuka, which is student government, and I served for that for 2 years. And it was something I really enjoyed and loved to do. And it was a great way to like get more involved into the school. And it was like to the point to where you knew like each and every hallway and like where everything led, like you knew the whole layout, you know? And so as my last year in this university, it was something that was missing in my, educational career. And so that's why I ran.
So I guess for me, it's pretty similar as to kind of what they both said about, it's my last year here and I kind of want to make my mark. I've been involved in a lot of different student organizations over the last few years, and I work in the student life office. And so I kind of know what it's like to be involved, but I really wanted to be, as corny as this sounds, in a position where I know that I could make the biggest impact. And I think one of the biggest things that encouraged me to run was knowing that I would be running with this group of people, because we all are very like-minded and we all have very similar goals and visions for what we want to do. So I knew that if we were all elected into office together, that we would be able to accomplish things, faster and bigger, because we all want to do the same thing. So
it's really nice that you find that, like click with people that want to do exactly the same as what you're doing. You guys are really committed. So I'm excited to see what the new Executive Council is going to bring to UHCL.
Yeah. So what is an issue that is on campus that you hope that the EC can fix? What is something you're like kind of thinking about, kind of already percolating on?
I I think the biggest thing that we talk about, and I don't know that this is necessarily an issue, but I think the biggest thing we want to kind of target is getting students more aware that we exist and that we're here to represent them. Because right now, the population of students who go to SGA regularly represent, like a very, very small portion of the student body. And so I think that's kind of the first thing that we want to tackle is to let students know, like, we're here and we're here to represent you, and we want to be able to help advocate for you and these issues that you're finding when you come onto campus, if you're unhappy with something. So maybe not a particular issue, but kind of getting students aware that we're there to help them with the issues that we're going to come across.
Yeah, it's not really like technically a part of student government, quote unquote, but I do want to get students more engaged in like student life in general, because the more your campus has engaged students that like they want to stay on campus, they want to get involved, they want to start things on campus, like that's what ultimately betters the university. And once we like have a campus culture that like encourages that, like that'll make UHCL go to the next step that it needs to go to.
Kind of going off of what you both just said now, one of the complications of prior SGA Executive Councils has been fully engaging with the student body. Outside of the Signal live streaming that we do every time you have a meeting, and you guys sending out emails, how are you planning to really engage and reach out and, be the voice of those students?
Oh, you?
Oh,
okay. I guess I'm outreach and communication.
You gotta be.
Well, like I already said, like we want to do, one of the first things is we want to touch base with the campus doing that survey. And I think like kind of getting that out there is going to include obviously email and stuff like you already mentioned, but doing things like tabling. So just kind of being out there and being visible. I think people really, really underestimate the benefits of just tabling and just being physically present. We also are going to be consistently holding town hall meetings this year. So those will be those open forums where people can come out and they can see us and they can talk to us. And then also bringing back events. I know in years past, the Executive Council would do things like, there's that one, it was like the pancake one, like flipping out for a final. I don't remember what it's called. Something about flipping. And
it was something cute.
Yeah, something that I can't think of right now. And it's just like we literally are going to go out and just like make pancakes for students. Like, it's so stuff like that. A lot of visibility and just being openly available for students. So.
That's awesome.
Well, that concludes the hard part of this, guys. So,
exhales.
Right.
I'm like
we all have those moments where you wish you could crawl under a rock or run in the other direction because the situation is just too awkward. If you're a UHCL Hawk, that is appropriately called a Hog Word Moment. So, the newly elected EC, what is one Hog Word moment you've had recently?
Oh.
Or a few, if you have a few.
Well, I'll tell mine because it happened when I was alone again. So, like, recently I was walking down the stairs in, like, one of the stairwells, and, like, this happened my first freshman semester, too, but, like, I straight up, like, fell down the whole stairwell. Like, I genuinely just fell down the stairs, and I was like, what? And then I looked real quick to see if there was somebody there, but there wasn't. So it's fine.
There you go. There's evidence.
Can't think of anything. Maybe it's because I have too many awkward moments, too many awkward moments that they don't stand out to me. You go, boo.
He's like, I'm not awkward at all.
Oh,
He's having a awkward moment right now.
I have a good one.
So during graduation at high school, when
That's awkward. That's already really awkward.
So they were calling some people to stand, and I thought they called my name, but they didn't. And so I was standing amongst all these people when I wasn't supposed to be. And I was looking around, and everyone was looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I already stood up, I already committed. Like I have to keep on standing. I can't just sit down now. But that was
what were
like
they calling names for?
I genuinely forget. I just know sometimes when I'm like trying to go to sleep, I'll think about that and I can't. When it, like, yeah.
I'm a sleepless.
I think about that, like, dang it, I can't. Why?
Haunt you to this day.
That's what sleep paralysis looks like.
Oh God.
It's terrible. And my parents were like, hey, why did you stand? I was like, what do you mean?
I mean, if we're going like back in time, I could talk about the time that I ran into a trash can in the middle of the mall. I was like looking into a store, and I was young too. Like, I don't know exactly how old I was, but I was with like my dad and my brother, and I was just like walking. Like, I'm like, that person in the store kind of looks like my mom. I knew it wasn't my mom because like my mom was at work, and I had just seen her at her work. So I'm like looking at the store, I'm like, wow, that looks like my mom, and I just went head first, fell. No! But what I was thinking of before was we spend a lot of time in the SGA office just because that's like where we tend to do like homework a lot, or if like someone, like if Izuh is doing work and like I'm waiting for him to finish, like I'll just be in there hanging out. And so, I mean, one of the things that we really like to do is eat, because, you know, we're hungry college students. And so, like, we'll get food a lot and we'll bring it to campus and eat it and stuff. I was thinking out the other night, we were in there, and the lady who, like, cleans the student lounge and stuff will go in there and, like, clean out the trash cans. And she came in the night before and she, like, emptied out the trash cans, and she came back the next day and they were all food filled with, like, empty to-go containers. And she was just like, what are you, like, having a party in here or something? I was so ashamed because all we do is eat so much, or so much to-go food containers left in the trash cans. So we started kind of like throwing them away ourselves. We like take the food to a different bigger trash can.
I do that sometimes when it's a lot of food. I'll go out into the lobby and just.
We've been there several times too. Like,
I honestly.
It's awkward.
There's a vivid. No, he's lying.
All you.
He's lying.
I promise.
You know
I
there's
really don't remember.
It'll be triggered later, and you're like, oh, I wish I was to that.
True.
So, but be on the lookout for the upcoming SGA meetings. Do you guys know when they are for the summer?
Yeah, so for the summer, we have a meeting once a month. And so the first meeting starts in June. It's on June 5th. Yes, it's on June 5th. And then the next meeting is on July 10th. And then the August meeting is scheduled for the first Tuesday in August, but that will most likely be changed to the second Tuesday in August because a lot of us have prior obligations that we did not foresee.
All right, so be on the lookout for that, guys. Y'all be probably updating that on your Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Send out emails and stuff. So thank you guys for being here. It was nice getting to know you guys. If you have any questions for the SGA, email them, let them know what your thoughts are. They're your voice, so let them hear you. For more reporting, go to UHCLthesignal.com, like us on Facebook, and send us your comments and suggestions to signalsoundbites@UHCLthesignal.com. Any final closing thoughts?
Remember, the choice is clear. University of Houston Clear Lake. Go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
Imagine being that corny.
You just said it.
And that's staying in there. So thank you.
That's fine.
Go Hawks.
Goodbye.